I picked up the green bag that held the clothes they'd permitted me to keep. In my other hand, I carried a plastic bag of food, and under one arm was the blanket the intelligence lieutenant had allowed me, as a favor, to bring in with me. I kept tripping on the baggy pant legs of the coarse blue prison uniform. I was escorted by 4 plainclothes officers, while the lieutenant and another officer walked ahead of us. I was behind them, but I was leading. We passed through a small garden, planted with a handful of trees and lots of cacti. In one corner was a carved wooden bust, poorly proportioned, of a person who was shackled at the wrists. He appeared to be writhing with indigestion. I glanced up at the building ahead of us. It was 2 stories high and painted a pale blue, and on the wall facing us was a mural depicting a lush equatorial landscape with a waterfall that cascaded all the way from the roof to ground level, then flowed sideways into a small brook that ran through a rainforest teeming with greenery and brightly colored flowers. The mural was remarkably pristine, except for where it was interrupted by windows or the metal door we were now walking toward. I stopped for a second to take in the incongruous sight. The last thing I'd expected to find in prison was a classic specimen of terrible tropical kitsch. The whole place was full of the kinds of printed wallpaper nature scenes that were fashionable in the 80s and 90s, but this masterpiece had been meticulously painted by the hand of an artist willing to deploy every last drop of their mawkish talent in an attempt to make the prison facility look cheerful. It felt like a nightmare, not a prison. How else to explain these artistic flourishes that seemed custom-made to personally enrage and revolt me? Had the walls been a grim black or a dirty yellow, like public buildings usually are, it would never have aggravated me the way this silent tropical monstrosity did.